This is the Oasis, a whole virtual universe. You can do anything, be anyone, without going anywhere at all.
Welcome back to Bandwagon fans. I'm Jeff.
I'm
Waylon.
So we just got done watching Ready Player One.
Ready Player
One. So in the below there will be a link to the non-spoiler review. So this is we're gonna go straight into spoilers. If you haven't seen the movie yet, turn this off. Go to the link. Check out the non-spoiler review. If you've already seen it, stick around because we're gonna get right into it. So Ready Player One. Overall thoughts?
Loved
I like it.
It was
fantastic.
fantastic.
Really it's the future of America.
Yeah.
We're halfway there.
I think that's why it's so relatable with everybody. I think everybody walking out of this movie's liking it so much. They go to it and they relate to it. I think, you know?
Yeah, this is there were like several moments of just everybody in the theater just laughing out loud.
Yeah,
like there was so much fun. There was
it's like we all entered The Shining together.
Yeah,
when that came up, I mean everybody. I mean The Shining's so well known now. It's so funny.
Yeah,
you know, I read the book and the book was really entertaining, but honestly it wasn't as funny as the movie. The movie just was genuinely laugh out loud funny in a lot of parts.
So you already mentioned it, so let's just get straight to it. The Shining scene. Is that the highlight of the movie for you guys?
That was definitely one of them. I mean, that was a lot of fun.
This movie's a highlight. There was no one highlight for me. It was a highlight from beginning to end.
For me, it was the whole Shining sequence was just.
You know,
it was
even the zombie
brilliant.
masquerade.
Yeah.
You know, the race sequence in the beginning was great. The final battle, I remembered that from the book. I had kind of forgotten some of the stuff that was in it, and
right. Yeah, that was neat. How apart from the IOIs, the cars that the actual avatars were using were very, you had the DeLorean, but then you saw Bigfoot, the monster truck. You saw Kaneda's motorcycle from Akira. It was pretty rad.
I don't know if they tried to get it or not, but that scene desperately needed the murder clown ice cream truck.
Oh, from what? From Twisted Metal?
Yeah.
Well, I thought you were talking needed the actual murder clown ice cream truck from Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah, that would have been good.
No, I was.
How about the Nice Dreams van with the weed sticking out of the clown's mouth? That would have been a nice car.
A lot of Star Wars stuff in the book. Obviously, they couldn't get that, but it didn't really suffer for it. I mean, and I know Spielberg tried to move heaven and earth to get every reference that the book was in the book. The guy made a really Herculean effort.
Yeah,
but. Again, like I was going to say, like, as fun as all the pop culture references are, I think the movie works better than the book because it doesn't hit you over the head with them. They're there.
So, you've read the book. Mm-hmm. Jason, you haven't, right? No, neither have I. So, but what I've heard from the book is that it would stop and pause on... it'd talk about Rush for like 80 pages.
Well, the thing is, it's just the nature of a book is it's got to describe everything to set the scene.
Yeah.
Whereas, they've got to tell, every couple paragraphs there's a reference.
So thinking like the big battle at the end the first time around Planet Doom, mm-hmm. where you got Freddy Krueger running out and Robotech and all these different things. In a book, at some point it's got to be laborious to say, and then he shot Freddy Krueger.
It was fun. The book, it was fun though because it was just enough to make you chuckle, but not. It didn't. I think a lot of people coming into this were thinking that's all the story was going to.
Well, that's me.
Yeah,
and I've said this before. So you guys were both excited about this. Mm-hmm. I wasn't, and it's because the trailers made it look like it was just going to be, hey, remember this? Hey, remember this? I think Angry Joe called it the member berries.
Yeah, but that's the thing, and
that
I was like,
South Park,
and I was like,
berries.
If it had been somebody other than Spielberg, I probably wouldn't have been excited. But the book was fun.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not a great book, but it was a fun book.
Right. And this is a fun movie.
It captured it and then some. It's definitely a story that's more than the sum of its parts.
Right.
It's just this is the kind of movies that I like to just go see. I mean, it's not a great movie, but man, you are going to have a good time.
Yeah,
it's a great movie.
We
okay, all right, okay, it's great. You're right.
So
I'm just giving you shit.
So we ran into a friend of ours from the trailer park on our way out.
We
No,
did?
I was telling. What's that?
We did?
Yeah, that guy we were talking to. He lived in the trailer park for a couple of years.
What guy?
Josh.
Anyway.
It was Joel's brother. Oh, anyways. So we ran into a guy, and I was telling him, if you want to hate this movie, you can.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to focus on the stuff that doesn't work, you could absolutely do that, and you could hate this movie, or you could just go in and just buy your ticket and enjoy the ride.
Mm.
If you want to hate it, you can. If you want to just love it, there's so much there to love, and it really, it almost says more about the movie. It is what it is. It's more about you at that point, whether or not you're going to enjoy it.
Despite how flashy and modern the visuals are in this movie, it's very old-fashioned in a lot of ways.
Because it's Spielberg. It's Spielberg.
Yeah, this is like
familiar.
80s. This is like mid-80s Spielberg.
That's why Spielberg decided to do it. He was very comfortable with the material.
Yeah. The very ending where even the mustache twirling evil bad guy is overwhelmed by goodness at the end.
I like the way the bad guy's avatar was Superman. It was like the kind of the image he always wanted. Well, it was his image.
Everybody's kind of like an idealized version of himself.
Yeah, and his was Superman. His was being like, Superman, That's why I had the curly key right there. It was a giveaway.
Yeah. T.J. Miller was hilarious.
Just his character was great. Just a lot of funny lines. It was funnier than I was expecting.
T.J. Miller's voice and put it with stuff. It's great.
Well, just like
he's got one of those voices.
The ultimate gamer douche. Yeah.
So I remember these things, but I can't remember what they're called. What was the little ball she threw?
Mad Balls.
Mad Ball. Yeah.
They reissued those. They're in stores now.
Yeah.
That was the most popular Mad Ball too.
Mark Rylance as James Halliday was hilarious.
I heard a lot of people saying he sounded like Marty McFly or George McFly.
Oh, like Crispin Glover in Back to the Future? I don't know.
I think people
just a spaced out introvert. I don't know. His delivery was great.
The way he talked reminded him of him. That was what it was.
Just at the very beginning, I heard it once, but it didn't. That reference didn't carry through the whole movie. But if you were paying attention to the music, every once in a while it would catch just a little hint of like Back to the Future.
Oh, well, yeah. When they did the Zemeckis cube, the Back to the Future score came in.
Yeah.
The magic items were also.
Yeah, the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch from Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yeah. Just So from the book was like almost exclusively 80s, right?
70s and 80s, a smattering of newer stuff.
And you said the Iron Giant was in it, so that is early 90s.
I think he was. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a few years since I've read the book.
And then there was a lot of video game references.
I do remember it wasn't just entertainment. It was like the education, everything. It was the world's economy rested on the Oasis.
So now you mentioned the video. There are a couple messages in the movie. I don't want to talk about those though. But in terms of video games, this was clearly done by somebody who gets gaming culture.
Oh yeah.
And this was
Ernest Cline. I mean, the guy went out and spent. I think he went out and picked himself up like a replica DeLorean. This guy's a geek.
Yeah. I forget their name.
The guy who does retro blasting has a DeLorean.
Yeah, the guys from Double Toasted are from Austin, where was Ernest Cline. Mm-hmm. Ernie Cline is from Austin, and they see him driving his DeLorean around Austin all the time.
Yeah, he's living it. He's not just riding it.
And there was other vehicles too. There was the classic Batmobile in that one scene in the race.
There was the Batmobile. You saw. I mean,
I probably missed 80% of the references.
Oh, there's gonna be YouTube videos. So there's a lot of YouTube videos of Easter eggs you may have missed in the trailer. The Easter eggs you may have missed in this movie is gonna be like a 5-hour epic. It would probably take 5 to 10 hours to list all of the Easter eggs in this.
The thing I liked about the book and the movie was the pacing. It was so brisk.
Yeah.
It just propels you forward. You don't have time to be bored.
So the beginning was exposition central. Mm-hmm. There was like 45 minutes of straight this is what's going on. We're gonna tell you everything.
Well,
that's the only part of the movie that dragged for me. Once you got past that,
the stacks in Columbus, the trailer stacks. I just remembered like just chuckling when I read about that in the book, and it looks exactly like the way they described it.
Yeah.
Just giant.
Just trailers stacked on top of it. What's crazy is that it's actually, like, there's people, like, building connexes and turning connexes into homes and building little connex high-rise apartment buildings. Like, we're not that far from
that's
the
it.
world.
Overpopulation makes us go up, not out.
Yeah.
This movie, the crazy thing about it, and I think what a lot of people relate to, is it doesn't, as crazy and as surreal as the imagery is, the premise doesn't seem terribly far-fetched.
No.
Dude, it's not even that, dude. This is the future of the world. If people walk out of this movie hating it, you're going to hate your future. Sorry to tell you that.
Yeah.
It's either this or Idiocracy. Take your pick.
I feel like we've got one foot in this future already.
I mean, screw Aliens, Terminator, Blade Runner, Fifth Element. It's Idiocracy or this movie.
Yeah.
Which one do you want, people? It's up to you.
Yeah.
Because that's where we're headed, one or the other.
This is the future we're
That's why people
towards.
are so comfortable with it. They know it already. They know it. It's just familiar already. You know, that's what it is. People want this. I want this. That's why I liked this movie when I saw the trailer, when I heard it was being made.
You know,
it's just, this is just a good thing, I think, personally.
Yeah. It's but it's like, nobody's minding the story.
Hey, you know what I love best in this damn movie? All right, this is what I'll tell you I love best in this great movie. All right, the fact that even in the end, what little message they could give you, still can't get rid of that Oasis, can you? Oh, just 2 days off a week. Oh, boo hoo. You still can't get rid of it. Once you get that, no way. Yeah. No way in hell.
And for the people that don't like this movie, that's one of the things they're going to latch on to is the conflicting messages.
The mixed messages?
I wasn't conflicted.
Yeah.
Where's your X1 rig?
Yeah, right. Where's it all, man?
But like I said earlier, this is the movie to test the stupid shit. If you want to fixate on the stupid shit, there's a ton of it in there. There's so many things that don't make sense. Or you could just say, you could just suspend your disbelief and roll with it.
I think a lot of it too is the thing that was great is the just the nature of the Oasis allows you to break so many rules.
Yeah.
It's storytelling rules, Nothing has to, logically lead from one thing to another. It can just pop up out of thin air,
Yeah.
So.
And they did Steven Spielberg did a really good job of cutting back and forth between the worlds and showing how things in one world affect the other. Sometimes it's strained logic, like if the movements in the virtual world require you to be moving and punching.
See, they go into that in the book. Some people's rigs just aren't as realistic for them as others.
Right.
Like they've got to actually they're not running, but if you have a good rig,
you're going to perform better.
You saw that all depicted. You saw all that depicted in the beginning. Yeah. None of them have rigs.
They do kind of go into a little more detail in that.
Well, it's like how the mom. All right, the shit was burning. The kid's like, Mom, she's running all over her front room. Mm-hmm. She wasn't on a rig.
Yeah.
She was just using everything around her.
Right.
And then you saw other people, as he was going down the stacks in the very beginning, how they're all just situated in their front room, boxing or dancing or doing whatever. But they weren't walking around or whatever. They were just situated.
But then you get to the scene like when they're in the club and they're dancing all over the sky, and it's like, all right, well then... they didn't cut to the real world on that because that's where the logic would have fallen apart.
Like you saw how he had the rig, the cords suspending him and everything too. I think it's like there's the VIP section.
Yeah, it's just you're not able to do what they were doing if you don't have the equipment.
There's a scene in the book that they didn't put in the movie where when IOI's hunting him down, he rents a room in this really expensive hotel that's designed specifically for people who have the best rigs money can buy. And it's literally everything is like, he doesn't have to do anything. He can spend every waking hour in there.
Does he spend any time in that casino planet in the book?
Is it like
a little bit?
Yeah,
a little
okay,
bit. Yeah.
Does his mom come and take the bucket of poop out from under his chair?
No, the rig actually has like waste disposal,
right.
feeding tube, like the whole nine. And not only that, but he actually pays extra where it's armored, so no one can just like break into the room. And anyway, there's a whole sequence like that, but they do kind of like touch on that a little more. Just what goes into those VR rigs.
Did you catch? All right, I'm gonna check one thing real quick. Let's see. All right, we got just a few minutes left. So
okay, you had let's see, Gizmo's wooden box. Look for that. You had a Clash of the Titans shield. Look for that. You had Hello Kitty.
There was a He-Man. There was a He-Man like DVD or something.
Yeah, the scene where they look through the library of all the movies that he watched, the actual video cassette of every movie comes up, and there's hundreds to see there.
Yeah.
I saw Batman, I saw Clash of the Titans. When you own this movie, you're going to be watching it frame to frame.
Yeah, and I almost feel sorry for the person that does that. That actually has to.
H's character reminded me of that game you like, God of War.
Oh, I'm not sure. Yeah, but I'm not sure what character she was supposed to be.
But I mean, it was probably just a generic looking character, but
big cyborg
but
guy.
like influenced by things. Like, didn't it remind you of
a lot of it? Yeah, looked like Gears of War to me.
Gears of War. Well, you're more the gamer with all that. Yeah.
I don't know.
I stick with Atari.
I forget sometimes that, I mean, we just drown like in pop culture. We live it and breathe it. But yeah, this movie just seemed like a natural extension of the lives we've already been living.
Yeah. So there was the climax when they're playing adventure on Planet Doom. Mm-hmm. That took me back to my childhood in a really, really special way. Mm-hmm. So the console he was playing on was on these like little ice. If you failed, you fell into the ice.
They were like on an iceberg, like an ice floe.
Yeah. And I don't know if I'm pretty sure he meant it to be a reference to an Atari 2600 Activision game called Frostbite.
Okay.
And me and my sister, she was so good at it and it drove me nuts. But we would play that game until, I mean, for then it was pretty late, like 11, 12 at night. She would just play that thing for hours, and it's the only time I enjoyed watching anybody play a video game. And it was almost like Frogger, but you were jumping from ice block to ice block, and then if you missed, you fell into the water. It's like, and then a few years ago on my Xbox, on the Xbox you could create your own little arcade world in there. Mm-hmm. The first game I got was Frostbite. So I'm pretty sure that was the game they were referencing with that particular setting. Mm-hmm. And it's just so obscure. Like how many, like they said there was like over 1,000 Atari games. There was so much stuff to choose from.
Yeah,
like that was just a cornucopia of references.
I still think it being a Spielberg movie, it's the game they should have played was E.T.
E.T. Yeah,
notorious.
The game that killed. I mean, that
would have really been a cherry right there. But oh well.
I was thinking about that. Somebody mentioned that this morning.
I mean, just adventure made sense because of the Easter egg element. But
the E.T. I actually had that game, and
everybody had that game.
I played the shit out of that game. Really? I played E.T. so much.
I think everybody had it bought for them that Christmas.
But the ones that
was the beginning of the end.
Yeah, but the ones that really sucked, Raiders of the Lost Ark was horrible.
Superman.
You know why the movie games were horrible? Because they were rushed.
And Empire Strikes Back.
That's why they were horrible.
Those games were like unplayable. E.T. actually was all
that's why Nintendo had to work so hard to convince retailers when the NES came out that it wasn't going to be another.
Well, that's why it was marketed as an entertainment system, not a video game console. But that's also why they put Rob the Robot with it.
Yeah.
To make it look like more
that it was a toy and not just a console. Yeah.
I remember that.
So, Jason, we'll go through your favorite reference from the movie, the thing that gave you the biggest chuckle, and if you were in the Oasis, where would you spend most of your time?
I would probably spend most of my time in a place where I'm collecting up a bunch of shit, like H. I would have a pad like H, and I just hang out there, probably making stuff all day. The
nice thing is you'd have room for everything.
Yeah, and you have in this room, I'd just be collecting nonstop. I really don't know what my favorite scene is in this movie. It's like I like the whole movie. I don't. Usually when you have a favorite scene of a movie, you have parts that you nitpick. And I don't nitpick any of this movie. So I don't exactly have a favorite scene either because of that. I mean, when the holy hand grenade came up, I was like, oh, I know that. And if you don't know Python, you don't know that.
Right.
But then again, a lot of people have seen Holy Grail, so I don't know about that. But I got a chuckle out of the holy hand grenade. I got a chuckle out of just the little things, like that Clash of the Titan shield, like Gizmo's box. Just all that stuff that it's like, wow, I've seen these movies so many times. You could just show me something from that movie, anything, and I'll tell you what the movie is. That's kind of like what I liked. I liked the fact that I recognized everything I recognized. And that it spoke to me in that way.
If your life really does flash before your eyes before you die, it would look like this movie.
Similar.
Yeah.
Probably more girls.
Yeah. And Waylon?
Probably the climax fight on Planet Doom. Just it was just such a fun sequence.
So Lord of the Ringsy.
Yeah.
Even the fortress looked like Mordor kind of.
Yeah, it just it was just such a fun sequence. And where I'd probably spend my time, the vintage arcade. It's like today, I got a PS4 and I play classic arcade games on it all the time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when they first went into Holiday's, record building, the first thing you like, oh, look at all those stand-ups. That's the first thing I was like, oh, I want all those arcades. Look at all those. I just spend all day like in there. It's so funny, you plug in just to spend your whole day doing what you love regular, but not being interrupted, and having it like to the extreme. It's like I could go into an arcade now and spend a bunch of quarters and enjoy myself, but you go in there, you own all of it. It's all yours. It's just, you don't have to deal with it,
Yeah, people in the
most important thing about this is you don't have to deal with anybody else.
In the book, people own their own planets, too. If you get enough coins, credits, you can buy your own world. You don't have to have just a place. You can have your own planet.
So I already mentioned what I think is a Frostbite reference, and then obviously the whole Shining thing was just brilliant. But there was one.
You know what I love too about that Shining thing, because that documentary is so well known now. Everybody just knows the number of that room.
Yeah,
they all know 237. It's just a given. When it showed that number, the whole theater was like, ah.
So let's hear yours. So there was a reference that they made that really pleased my little heart, but I'm also going to call bullshit on it.
Okay, let's hear it.
When she said that Halliday's favorite first-person shooter was GoldenEye with Oddjob and Slappers, and I call bullshit. Because anybody who ever played GoldenEye knows the first rule you make is no Oddjob if you're playing Slappers. Because that little bastard would run around.
He was short.
Yeah, and you couldn't hit him.
When you crouch, yeah.
Even if you crouch, you
maybe
couldn't hit him.
Maybe that's the joke, though. Maybe that because it's Halliday.
Oh, it was definitely
maybe
the joke.
That's it.
Everybody
I was never a fan of GoldenEye. I stopped at Super Nintendo.
GoldenEye, I played GoldenEye so much when I was stationed at Fort Hood. We had a group and we played that so much before formation, at launch, after.
That reference was so out of place with everything else, though. It felt weird to me.
No.
Why would his favorite shooter be GoldenEye? A game that came out in the late 90s. When this guy is only saturated in late 70s to early 90s. And all of a sudden GoldenEye.
Because GoldenEye.
Was that in the book?
Because GoldenEye was the best shooter ever.
No, it wasn't.
It is absolutely the best first-person shooter.
Whatever. Anyway. And it's just.
I feel
it was very queer. It was very queer to me, though, the GoldenEye. You would think like it would have been like an earlier game. All of the shit. He's a kid playing his games in the bedroom. It's ColecoVision and Atari. And then you have the NES poster up. Did you notice the Rob the Roller poster?
You know what they're doing?
Shit.
They're throwing
PlayStation.
They're throwing bones to people our age and younger.
Good. Throw them one fucking bone about GoldenEye. Yay.
Okay, so
that game sucks so bad. I hate.
So now we found something about this movie you don't like.
Yeah.
No, it's just I don't care about it.
Sure. Okay.
It was out of place. It's not that I don't like it. It was out of place.
Yeah. So for all you GoldenEye fans out there, Jason just if it's not 1984, he doesn't like it. So.
Yeah, N64 sucks.
He's 2D.
The whole console sucks. How about
2D
that?
2D or die.
Yeah. So ratings.
Who cares? Oh, the ratings gets good. It's a good movie.
You mean on a 1 to 10?
1 out of 5.
1 out of 5?
Whatever you want to do.
4.5.
Yeah, that's what I gave it. I gave it 4.5 out of 5. Just an absolute delight.
I'll probably go see a matinee again coming up this week.
Yeah.
Oh, where are you going to buy the Steelbook?
I don't know. Well, we'll see. That's
only if it's regular Blu-ray, right? Not the 4K.
We'll see if I can get up early enough. I don't know.
Anyway.
So, anyways, thanks for hanging out with us for a little while. We all had a blast this movie. Definitely go see it, and definitely go see it in the theater. This is a movie you want to see with a big crowd of people.
You should really go see it in IMAX. Really,
go see it in IMAX. I don't think the 3D
is necessary,
a whole lot for me.
But the bigger the screen, the better.
Yeah,
you'll miss Easter eggs with the 3D probably, but do the IMAX if you can.
Sure. Yeah. So, anyways, just a ton of fun. Once again, I'm Jeff.
See you guys.
Waylon.
Get on the bandwagon.